One. This is Ted Hicks, Late Night Parents, ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. Hope everyone is doing well. We got my guy Tony D in the building. Tony D, what's going on? Uh-oh.
Whole lot of smoke. Let's go.
A whole lot of smoke. There's some subliminals going on here or something like that, but I'm not really sure what's the
that's
deal
gonna be my
here.
next one. The next one they're going to be, I guess it's my turn again.
Before we get started, want to say happy first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. Rochelle, how you doing?
Big up to Hispanic. Rochelle.
Tomorrow starts the first day of Hispanic Heritage Month. Big shout out to our Latinx brothers and sisters that are out there. Tony D, a lot going on. I was prepared to say Newsom out, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I mean,
I got
a lot of stuff going on in California. You got,
Lady Eleanor, how you living?
Eleanor, how you doing? Rochelle, how you doing?
Facts.
Thank you as an Afro-Latina. All right, Rochelle.
Absolutely, man.
Big shout out to you. Shout out to Eleanor and everyone else who joins the chat. Happy to be back. Tony D, you've been doing a whole lot. I see you on the platform. You're just, I don't know, you're like the everything person. You make things happen. You bring joy and cheer, faith and hope.
The smoke is on purpose. Hashtag the smoke is on purpose.
I don't know about these references about smoke. I don't know anything about it. I don't smoke. I've never smoked. I've never toked. Okay, maybe I inhaled once. But Eleanor says, chilling. Thanks. Hope you both are well. Yes, we are well. The smoke is on purpose. So the show I named Whoever Did This. But we might have to rename it to The Smoke is on Purpose. I don't even know what to go with that. All right. So we won't be talking about the recall. True Armor's in the building.
True Armor, what's good, bro?
We got a whole host of characters in the building. Not sure how this is going to, how the show's going to go. We're going to go through a couple of topics. Tony D is my internet crush. I'm with it. Big shout out, Rochelle.
Listen, Rochelle. She be tripping me out.
You're going to have to get in line because he's everyone's internet crush.
Wow.
From what I've been hearing. Okay.
Wow.
So, Tony D, let's get through a couple of topics. I don't want to talk. Rochelle. True Armor, thank you for the Peace Award. I mean, it's going to be one of those type of nights. It's going to be one of those type of nights. So I'm just putting on the screen for everyone that's watching the live stream.
Did you do that?
The Star Child says, Tony D is my internet crush. I'm with it. And I made a joke saying yada, 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 yada. And she came back with the kind of like the WNBA, I got next. And that's, we're here for that. We're with you.
She will be peaceful. Appreciate that. We're gonna give it to the WNBA, but I got to give it to KRS One myself.
It's like I come in peace or leave in pieces.
Boy.
But hey, want to talk with you.
Yes, sir.
And also everyone in the chat. I don't want to talk vaccines, whether you're taking the vaccine or you're not taking the vaccine. I don't want to talk that. I want to talk my question for everyone. Are the vaccine mandates working? Are they moving the needle?
Moving the needle is a bad choice of words because what they want done is a needle to be used.
Thank you for the teamwork award, True Armor.
Big ups, True. What's good, man?
Okay. Are we moving forward now that vaccine mandates are everywhere? Are the people that weren't really enthusiastic about receiving the shot now, I don't know. I mean, what's the correct term?
They're running out of options of things to do without being vaccinated. That's the big thing.
Well, because we offered Krispy Kreme donuts. We've offered lotto tickets. Right. We've offered train and bus tickets and all of this other trivial stuff.
Right.
The question is, vaccine mandates, do they or do they not? Are they or are they not doing their job?
The mandates are doing their job because people are going to have to take them in order to travel. If you want to travel, you got to be vaccinated. They're screening folks, they're testing folks. Now, the trick to the law people aren't reading is it says you either got to be vaccinated or tested. And I've seen that on more than one area. So my whole thing is if you don't want to be vaccinated, you're just going to be tested all the time. Now, when you test positive, the question is what you're going to do. That's the big question more than anything. The vaccine is supposed to decrease the lethality of your effects if you become infected with the virus. If your immune system's good, you'll be all right. I said it before, I'll say it again. Most people don't even realize some of their underlying conditions until they get sick enough from it.
Right. I sent you something. You something earlier today, and I know you probably saw it. Today, the fifth conservative radio host that was anti-vax, anti-everything, passed away.
Yes.
On top of it, I think, you know why I think that the vaccine, and no pun intended, moves the needle, is because they're pushing it down to corporations. And these corporations, people are working at.
Yeah, the liability is falling on the independent corporations and independent businessmen. They're going to be the ones to push the vaccine because you can't sue the pharmaceutical companies if something goes wrong with it. I don't know if you can sue the government, but you can sue your company if you get sick underneath their care. See, there's a catch to all of this.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And that's what it's at. So if the company doesn't want to be liable, they're going to push you being vaccinated. If you don't get vaccinated, they'll terminate you because they don't want to be responsible if you get sick from the virus and you didn't want to take the vaccination for it. That was FDA approved. Now, we don't have to take the FDA approved vaccination if we don't want to, based on where we're working at or who we're dealing with. But if you've got kids or you've got somebody with underlying conditions in your house or you have senior citizens around you, you might want to think about it. I'm not going to tell you to take it because your immune system may be good. But I will say you might want to think about it because if you catch it and you pass it on to them, their death may be your fault because you will be the close contact. That's where it's at. Corporations have to pay for catch COVID even if you... Yeah. They'll take the cost if you're vaccinated. They don't want the cost if you're unvaccinated. And if something FDA approved, they've got leeway.
Gotcha.
Michael Bathurst, what's going on, Mike?
Michael Bathurst is in the building. Oh my goodness. Your Highness is in the building. Michael, how you doing?
His royal
does a great. He does this platform. He does so much that's positive by this for this platform. I will say.
I admit that. And Mike, if you didn't see my previous broadcast about 45 minutes to an hour ago, I had to give you a lot of credit for what you've been telling me on broadcast, and I do thank you for that. I started seeing some things myself, still trying to put things together, but everything you've told me about how to broadcast properly was proven. So big ups to you for that.
So Rochelle says folks in Texas are stubborn.
It's not just Texas.
Not just Texas.
No.
Rochelle.
It's not just Texas.
It's all over the world. I mean,
yes.
All over within these states, there's pockets. So you think liberal, you think New York, which is ultra liberal.
Yes.
But you go to certain pockets in Long Island and you're going to be like, where am I? where am I located? Is this really the Northeast?
Yeah.
You'll be shocked.
Yes. Yes. It's not just Texas. I live in Georgia. Some folks are stubborn too. Herd immunity is supposed to be 80%. We are at 83% now. So why are they still pushing the jab? They're pushing the jab because they get paid off of it. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. And let's be clear. The pharmaceutical industry is big business. We know that. Do they have an idea of what they are doing? Yes, they do. Are there mistakes being made? Yes. Nobody wants to be susceptible to the mistakes. And that's
Got a
all.
question for you.
Yes.
Got a question. James, how you doing? Are the mandates causing people to lose their jobs?
I think so. Because your civil liberties are being violated. You cannot be forced to take a vaccine. You can be coerced if something is FDA approved. They want to know what your reasoning is and what your excuse is. If you fight hard enough, you're going to go to a level higher than what you know, but you may not be able to afford to fight. That's how they got us in the strap. There are a lot of civil liberties that are breached on an international level if they force you to take the vaccine. There are 5 different lawsuits you can file, but most people cannot afford to deal or wait for those lawsuits, and it's going to take a duration. Most of us don't have that money.
Gotcha.
Most of us do not have that money. The variants are coming now. We need boosters. The variants were here last year. Honestly, I know there were 30 variants last year they didn't talk about. And I'll tell people this all the time. You've got the Delta variant, the Lambda variant, and the Beta variant.
I'm not following it as close as that.
Yeah,
but we will
go ahead.
We will touch back on this, the latter part of this.
Sure. We outnumber them, so we all just have to start giving them consent, and they have no power. Got you on that. Folks can't even apply for jobs now due to. Oh wow, I did not know that. I did not.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. It's funny because my son started high school, and one of the questions was is he vaccinated? So right out the gate.
Yeah, because it's at that age where you can't get vaccinated. If you're 16 and older,
right at the gate.
They're pushing it for 12 and over. They're going to ask.
Not only that, they're pushing it for 5 to 11, which is
they're trying to get 5 to 11. Yeah, I did not know
that's what they're working on right now.
I got to look at that variant right there. That's brand news right there. That's brand news right there.
Yeah. Hey, I want to talk really quick about. I put a link in the comment as we segue from vaccine discussions and mandates and everything else like that. Did you know today was National Parents' Day off?
No, ain't nobody tell us.
Well, if you go to latenightparents.com, you notice that we had a blog post yesterday for National Parents' Day off, which was September 14th. So after barely surviving 18 months of being forced to play many different roles, parent, employee, spouse, chef, teacher, pet trainer, housekeeper, and a reliably functioning human being, our friends at Epic Games officially declared September 14th as National Parents' Day off. It's a new annual holiday. There's a new holiday every day. Now, whether or not it's being acknowledged, but it's a day that's used to celebrate parents, acknowledge all the hard work they've done year round. Mindy Kaling and Epic Games are putting something together. This is going to be a whole bunch of things that they're going to be reeling off. A lot of fun things. All different prize packages for winners that they'll be notified. I mean, I think there's going to be up to 100 caregivers participating in a campaign. So digital gift cards to wine.com and gift baskets and all the above. So just in case if you didn't know, today was National Parents' Day off. So for all the parents that are out there, you should be celebrated.
They didn't tell us nothing.
Wine.com. Yeah. So, hey, I got a question because we talk about Amazon so much.
Yes.
It consumes our lives.
Yes.
Any garbage day, you go outside, you see cardboard boxes stacked at everyone's residence. Okay. Amazon, like a lot of different employers, are having a problem with what? Hiring people for jobs.
Yeah.
There's one of the things that Amazon is doing differently, along with Walmart and Target and a few others, maybe CVS. They are offering 100% tuition reimbursement. Not 10, not 20, not 25, not tapping you out at $5,000. They're talking about 100%.
Any college?
Any college.
That's big.
Any college.
That's big.
Because you can't find enough workers out there. And I don't
Well,
want to say that the people don't want to work because they're receiving stimulus and all this other stuff, and that drags us down that rabbit hole. I don't want to go there.
we're not going there, but what we got with Amazon is they're global, they're huge. They're hurting on staffing, one, because they won't unionize, two, they're working their employees into the ground. We almost got to blame
Oh, of
ourselves.
course.
Yeah, we got to blame
And they're
ourselves.
only offering $15 an hour.
Yeah. So if you pay for college and you get $15 an hour, if you're staying at home with your parents, you're good. If you're living by yourself, you're still stressed. $15 an hour ain't cutting it. It's not. I believe you, Rochelle. I normally post.
Rochelle says she is working 7 days a week, or
Right.
7 days right now. Carrie, how you doing?
That's exactly what he's saying, James. That's exactly what I was asking. And he emphasized that by saying they're not capping it off at a certain amount.
They're not capping it. And if you look in the comment field, once again, latenightparents.com, aboard the free tuition train. All aboard.
Shh.
I
might go back.
Really, really interesting because, like I said, so even if you work 20 hours a week, let's say if you don't want to work 40 hours a week, they're going to give you half, 50% college tuition reduction.
Oh, so if you're part-time, you only get half. If you're full-time, you get full.
Right. Guess who else is doing it?
Who's that?
Chipotle, Starbucks, Walmart, Target, you name it.
That makes sense, Barry. That makes sense.
The need for workers is so bad. Amazon is also offering a $3,000 signing bonus.
Yeah, it gets taxed.
Oh yeah, it definitely gets taxed. But I'm just saying, could you ever remember 20 years ago when, or even 30 years ago, we were just getting out of college, right?
Nobody offered you that much.
Nobody offered you anything.
The most you got was $1,500. I remember them days, yeah.
Right. So I'm not saying I'm pro, Amazon, because, dude, they're creating this cashier-less technology that is killing a million jobs.
The reason why the jobs are being killed is because the people are burned out of stress and they don't want to fight it.
Well,
they tried to unionize
if they don't need a cashier. So Tony, roll with me on this one. If they don't need a cashier and they're allowed to purchase whatever they're going to purchase with their phone or with the use of biometrics, the cashiers, how many cashiers around the world?
Plenty.
How many employers want to get rid of a position like that so that they won't have to provide health coverage?
Employees get tired of being cashiers. I know when Walmart opened up in Montgomery back in the early 2000s, they opened 4 super Walmarts in Montgomery, Alabama. One Walmart, after day one, 200 employees quit, which is crazy because the super Walmarts, 4 super Walmarts in Montgomery. I really didn't consider Montgomery to be a major city or a big city, but it's the capital city of the state. Everybody would shop there. All 4 super Walmarts would be full all the time, except for the 24-hour part. Late night it wouldn't be full, but during the daytime, boom. And I remember they had cashiers at every register. You would have 30 registers, and all 30 would have lines.
Yeah, but that's not the case anymore.
No, it isn't, because a bunch of them got tired of it. They weren't making enough money. They couldn't deal with all the complaints. They did a whole lot of harassment. They weren't getting unionized. They all got small breaks. I wanted to work at Walmart in the early 90s. And I had homeboys that was up there. A bunch of friends I had went over there to work while we was in college. They were fine with it. before it started blowing up to the super center status, if you will. And
Yes,
what's going on with the the employees at Walmart, they're getting tired. They really are. You realize they are restocking all the damn time. They're at that register all day, and people just keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. It gets old. Customer service is an industry that kind of can wear on you. It can wear
I
on you.
agree. I
Now,
agree.
Amazon was trying to unionize earlier this year, and they got shot down. Okay. Now, all of us who are customers, and I will say all of us, because I'll be damned if somebody up here does a shop on Amazon. Y'all, please put that in the chat. You will shock me. I shop Amazon and Wish. What I would almost recommend to them is some of your customers who can telework from home to complete the transactions could be some of your employees that are at home, especially with teleworking being legal now. You have people who are hard laborers who don't know the computer stuff. They'll come into the industry world and work the transitioning and the flying and the driving around. People will drive those vans and those trucks. They will, because you're going to be working about as hard as the post office, and you'll provide benefits. Amazon is taking over the world. Y'all got planes, trucks, vans, cars, apps, everything. They can almost
I,
make their money back if they spread everything out to the teleworking world.
I will tell you this much, Tony.
Yes.
When I can pick up something at a local store,
Yes.
I do.
Yes. Because it can be cheaper sometimes. The shipping and
Right.
handling costs alone.
Because the mom and pop stores are getting destroyed.
They are destroyed. Kmart got destroyed. Kmart was the biggest retailer. Walmart took them out.
Right.
Target is trying but can't catch Walmart. Amazon has all of them strapped. But the shipping and handling will kill you. So it's in your best interest to shop locally before you go on Amazon. And you go to Amazon if you can't find it where you at.
Right.
That's all
Right.
it is to it.
Hey, I'm going to read a couple of comments
Yes.
so that everyone in the comment field also feels that they're part of this experience.
Sure.
So I'm going to run it back to, I'll start with James. He says, it's interesting how they're demonizing people who aren't vaccinated, just like they did back in Germany. Wake up.
I got the wake up part. And right now, we just talked to a woman this morning down in New Zealand. They're on lockdown. Australia's on lockdown. I was told Germany is on lockdown. I know South Africa is on lockdown. That's 4 countries. Different sides of the world that's on lockdown due to vaccinations and people testing positive at alarming numbers.
James also says,
go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tony.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I don't want to rant.
Oh.
Go ahead.
James also said, wait, we get a national holiday as parents? Are you kidding me? Right. Carrie chimes in saying, living with 4 women, I don't get any days off. I'm with you, Carrie, on that one. I'm currently celebrating with a lot. Okay, with a lot of beer. Right. Wine.com was referenced. Rochelle says staffing is a crisis. You know,
she's right.
But I want. Look, can we just take a step back? Now we're in our virtual room. We're not the smartest ones in the room. Well, I know I'm not the smartest one in the room. But when you're dealing with retail, or you're dealing with all you have to do is check for the data. If the data says, when you do a forecast and you look for last year versus this year, don't you look at the numbers? Don't you look and say, okay, here's our work day, and during the work day we did X amount of dollars of sales, and basically that's how you should know to staff for the following year. But I think what's compounded is the problem that they can't get enough bodies in there.
But they can't get enough bodies for transportation. Yes, I agree with that.
Okay.
That is my agreement. Now, the box handlers, forklift drivers, conveyor belt workers, everything transportation and manufacturing, I would agree with that.
I was at the gas station. I was at a mobile gas station today, and I saw an Amazon truck, a gentleman filling up an Amazon truck, and I struck up a conversation with him. And I said to him, are you working for, Amazon, meaning as a contractor, or are you partnering with them? Like, do you have a fleet? Do you have this? Because I said it's 2 different things. When you go to like logistics.amazon.com, there's different opportunities. Yes, you could be the driver, or if you have a little bit of coin saved up, you can go fill out the application, go be a part of their program, and become a partner.
Yes.
And
Very
you
smart.
know,
Very smart. Very smart.
yeah. That was the conversation I was having with the gentleman. I was like, he was a young guy. He was a young guy, and he was like, "No, I'm not a partner. I'm working for a partner." I said, "Oh, okay, I got you. I got you."
Damn.
I just really wanted to put the bug in his ear, like, dude, there's other ways to this. You're making someone else's rich because you're doing this run, and there's distribution centers everywhere throughout America. Um, Bezos opening the purse strings. Yeah, he has to.
Yes, he
Uh,
does.
Rochelle says, I'm working 7 days right now. Carrie says $15 an hour. James chimes in and says, wait, so if I want to go back to college, like Yale, I go get a job at Amazon, they're going to pay my tuition, is what you're saying. I'm saying, read the fine print. They're paying tuition. I'm sure there's going to be, hey, public versus private. I'm sure that conversation is going to come into play. But go to the website, read the blog post, and then you can see the adjacent Wall Street Journal article that I'm referencing in there. Rochelle says, yes, sir, 7 days. Carrie says, I'm self-employed and I wouldn't work for less than $40 an hour. I agree.
That makes total sense. It makes total sense based on where he's coming from.
You never ever devalue yourself.
You don't, but you still got to have the experience of your competition.
Yes.
I don't think anybody devalues themselves when they say no to a job. I think they're thinking about their competition. And I noticed that being a member in the union on my job, I've been asked to run for office. I said, I don't have the proficiency in my competition. And people understand where I'm coming from. The people you're going to be up against know more about the laws than you do, no matter how comfortable you are. And so after that, they interpret it better than you do. And then after that, they have more people who understand where they're coming from on the business level than you do as a rookie. So devaluing, I almost want to tell any and everybody out there, that is not the word I would use. What I would say is, if you understand the competition you're up against, you understand what you got to do. You understand how much harder you got to work, not necessarily physically, but mentally. And then you got to work on the communication. Then you got to work on the business side. There's a lot of levels to it. So I'm not mad at anybody who's not in charge. Of course, go learn as you work up under somebody, but go for your own. And with what Amazon is doing, as far as the college tuitions, I don't think they will go to the major universities. I'm quite sure they will do the state community colleges. They are cheaper and you can still have a certified college degree. But when you start going to the private universities, it will stack up. And I can see them limiting after a while. So I hope their terminology is proper.
Rochelle says, I don't get a day off, still financially strapped.
Yes.
She's a single parent too.
Yeah.
And it's real out there, and that's the thing when we sit out here and we jump on these live streams, and it kind of pulls us out of our reality. We come into this happy space. It's real out there.
I want to throw this on the screen too, if you don't mind. But
this is you're a director. Go ahead.
And big ups to Mike for saying that. You are absolutely correct. Mental health is wealth. I 100% agree. Dr. Gillespie, how you doing, ma'am? Kerry says average house in British Columbia, Canada, is 700,000 Canadian dollars. That's a lot.
Kerry says a few years ago, my wife got a bonus. Instead, she took the match of the contributions.
Which is smart.
Michelle says, I've watched my boss hire and lose 6 employees this week alone.
Yes.
And that has nothing to do with the stimulus.
No.
Let's see. My wife does daily. I stop Amazon only if I can find it anywhere else. Tony is right. Too big to fail right now. Carrie says, several towns around me are smaller and get very good support. Several are elderly communities.
That's a good thing, Carrie, where you're at. And I hope it continues, because we don't want to see the small businesses die out. We don't. None of us do. We just find it more convenient for what Amazon provides. Amazon and eBay. People receiving mail at the house instead of having to go somewhere shopping is a good thing. As much as it can make us lazy with what we have going on right now, the industry is booming. I wish I would have put stock in the proper title of all of these companies at once.
Our good friend Michael Bathurst says we all have special skill sets.
It's
Yes, we
true.
do. Because I could tell you this much. So in my industry, it's different than your industry, Tony. But I'm amazed with what you could do.
Mhm.
And we are amazed with what Rochelle can do and what Carrie can do. Everyone has their own special skill sets, so I kind of stick with what I'm saying is you got to understand your value. And when someone tries
Yes.
to undercut you, and when someone tries to say, well, I can do, we can only hire you at XYZ amount, you have to negotiate when you walk in the front door.
You have to
You
negotiate when you
negotiate
walk in the
and you
front
go
door.
hard.
And you also got to realize they don't have to accept you. Some people are strapped. That's why
Correct.
with
Correct.
specific jobs.
Correct.
I fought
Mental health is
for what I
wealth.
yes.
Hey, Frida, how you doing?
I have fought for what I've wanted and lost more than once. I will admit to being beat down by going for what I felt that was worth. I will admit to taking something just so I can make it. I know I'm not alone. I know plenty of people out there. That's why I don't look down on anybody with whatever they have. If you're doing something for
Oh
yourself,
no.
I'm going to respect you. So everybody, please go for what you know on what you want. See what you don't know. And if you have a job, build up your money, build up your thought process, if you will, to improve upon yourself while you have that job. You don't have to have any job forever. I've had to learn that. I used to be just happy just having a job. I'm being told to change jobs right now. People are on me. They've been on me for 5 years. Get something else. Get something else. I keep telling people this is state number 4 for at least a decade and job number 12 for me. I'm tired of looking for jobs. I'm tired of being reoriented. I'm tired of retraining. I'm tired of being a subordinate. I don't necessarily want to be in charge, but I damn sure want to be one of the more experienced people.
Right. And you
And
should.
yeah, and I'm sitting here with what I got, and I still don't know everything.
And I hope you're rolling with me. You, me, or myself is the only thing that's holding me back. I'll speak for myself. If I'm aiming for something, I'm the only one that's really holding myself back. I can sit here and easily say, "Oh, the man is holding me down," or "This is the case," and that is the case in some situations.
Mhm.
But when you speak for yourself and you're looking for a specific goal, you know what you have to do. Because when I mean you look at it, there's certain times you are the smartest person in the room.
Yes,
So you just really got to let that specific light you got to let shine because
you
there.
do, but you also got to be aware. You got to be prepared for all the questions that come your way being the smartest. I've been shot down being the smartest. I've been shot down being the most experienced. And it only
Frida,
takes one
thank you
small
for the high
question.
five award.
Appreciate you, Frida. Texas is state number 4, and I'm tired. Rochelle, I can relate. Promise you. I would say I'm tired. I'm more tired of moving than anything. I've moved 24, 25 times in my life.
Whew.
Yeah.
Tony, I'm gonna
And
tell
I'm
you this
tired.
much.
Go ahead.
I moved once
Nah.
for a job because I was promoted and I had to move like 1,200 miles away. And I got to tell you, my wife gave me an earful the entire time that we were down there.
Most times I was by myself. I don't buy a lot of furniture on purpose because of how I moved. Everybody like, why don't you get this? Why don't you get that? I said, who gonna help me move it? You want to lose friends? Call them to ask them to help you move your furniture. You will lose friends asking them to help you move your furniture about as fast as you will lose friends asking them to help you in a multi-level scam, multi-level marketing scam. She said to move 15 by. Oh my God. No, Rochelle. No.
So I do want to talk about the last topic I want to talk about with Amazon, and it's a little bit funner
Yes.
than what we've just been talking about. And it talks about Amazon and sports.
Okay.
So starting next year, they're going to exclusively have the Thursday Night Football package. They're also aiming for the Sunday Ticket package that's on DirecTV. Now, here's the funny thing about it. A lot of the DirecTV customers that were pre AT&T before these mergers and acquisitions have taken place, most people had DirecTV so they can have the Sunday Ticket, but they lose their exclusivity for the first time in 27 years starting next year. This one company runs the world. I don't know if anyone was watching CNBC today. Andy Jassy, their new CEO, was trying to state that they're not a monopoly. I say without a doubt, wholeheartedly, they are a monopoly.
They can't be. They can't be. They have a majority stake, but eBay is up there with them. Walmart.com is up there. Target.com is up there. Other industries have been allowed to. If you have a monopoly, you don't allow anybody else to.
Right, but look at what they do. They allow people to sell on their platform.
Yeah.
Then they turn around and say, okay, these items are really moving because of they understand the supply chain, because they're pushing this stuff out as people are ordering it. They turn around, undercut that small business owner, sell it at a cheaper rate, and then the small business owner is kind of kicked to the curb.
They sell it at a cheaper rate, but the shipper and handling takes it above the local rate. I'll give you an example. There's a product I buy off of Amazon. What I started doing was pricing what it was at Amazon and pricing where it is somewhere else. I've actually found stuff cheaper, closer to home than I have on Amazon. That's why I was emphasizing before. Do your local shopper first before you go on Amazon. Yeah, Amazon most likely will have it, but you know else can find it closer to home.
Right.
So Amazon's going to be for the people who don't feel like doing anything. If you don't do nothing else, at least do your shopping locally before you do it online, which is an old school tactic a lot of us have who was around before Amazon.
You remember going to the old school hardware store in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
When you wanted to find something?
Ace Hardware. Yep.
You remember we could do that? And like just these conglomerates just come in and just, I don't know. That's just me. I don't want to be on my soapbox. I want to. Milton Banana says, I went to Ace Hardware today. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's that, and that's perfect. I don't know, like a lot of you, if you have iPhones.
Yes.
You have an iPhone. Apple had a big day today. They had their Apple event. Okay. Yes. Question I say for you, and Tony D, I don't want to put you on the spot.
You're not.
So if you didn't get a chance to see the town hall, a question, and this question is for anyone that's in the chat. If you saw the town hall, would you say revolutionary or evolutionary after watching what was presented today?
I didn't see it, so you would have to tell me, but I like Apple products. I know a lot of people think they're going too deep into not only biometrics, but body monitoring. Because your phone will know you better than you know yourself. It could tell you your heart rate. It could tell you if you're around somebody who's got COVID.
Oh, yeah.
All that stuff. People have a problem with that. People have a problem with the fingerprint. People have a problem with the Face ID. So I don't even know what they will come with next until they start doing the skin implant, which I heard is coming as well.
So I'm going to say, yes, they talked about iPhones and multiple versions of iPhones and iPads and iWatches, but they were talking more on the lines of upgrading the hardware. So I would say evolutionary over revolutionary. Revolutionary was Steve Jobs presenting the iPhone.
Yes, ma'am. Skin. Let me cut you off, Ted.
Go ahead.
What they're going to have is the phone is like real thin right here on your forearm. You can do everything like that. That's supposed to be coming. They've been talking about that for years. It's the same way we're talking about the phone that folds. They're talking about doing it like that. You can just have it right here on your arm.
Got
That's
you.
going to be a mess. Revolutionary changes over time. Revolutionary is almost immediate change. Well, let me say this, Milton. Nothing wrong with what you're saying, but Apple is doing both at the same time with all their products. Photographers are screwed right now due to cell phones.
So the key thing is, outside of that event that took place today, you can watch it on apple.com. For our iPhone users, a ton of iPhone users on this platform, you got to make sure you download the latest update, which was just made available within the last 24 hours.
Yeah, I just did it today myself.
Right. It's about a 480 meg update. So the goal is make sure you're running iOS 14.8.
Yes.
Very, very important. I'm putting a link in the comments, and I don't do this to promote the website. I do it more to share information.
Congratulations, Rochelle. Congratulations, Rochelle. She said her son does audio interface work for Apple and just graduated with an engineering degree.
Oh,
Ma'am,
excellent.
may I tell you,
Congratulations.
mission accomplished.
Well,
May you feel no more fatigue from any of your sacrifices. I was an engineering major in college and flunked out. Engineering is no joke, and your son graduated. My respects to you and him. Honestly. And tell him I need to hook up.
I'm just gonna say, Rochelle, you did a great job.
I don't know what that means. Let me put it to you this way. Tell him I need a 50% discount on all my upgrades. Tell him how to do it. I'll meet him halfway.
Key thing is, I put a link in the comment field. You go to latenightparents.com once again. So the key is go to settings, go to general, and there should be an option for update or software update. Make sure you go in there, select that option. Make sure your phone is over 50% battery powered, and download that update. It's a quick update, but there's some really nefarious folks out there. Okay, so
there are nefarious folks. I'm gonna be careful about anything I put up there, but Rochelle, for real, you did more than just your job, honestly. The fact that your son is an engineer, which doesn't get discussed enough. When my son graduated, Ted gave me a lot of big ups, and he spoke on that. We don't emphasize that enough in our community. But your son graduated with an engineering degree and working for one of the Fortune 500 companies of the world. Congratulations. Man to woman, all BS aside, straight up. I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead, but I got to do that.
No.
I got to do that.
That's good.
From an HBCU. Oh, Lord. Which one? Please tell me which one. Please tell me which one. Because I went to Tuskegee. Tell him. You're not helping. Carrie, you're not helping. I already got that. I got that part already.
Tony, you want to talk about September 11th?
Absolutely. That's what's up. Tennessee State. Tennessee State is in the house.
Oh, wait. We got to stop for a second.
Talk to me.
Okay. So Rochelle's son graduated from HBCU.
Tennessee State University.
State, that Mike Patton is always talking about Tennessee State in Nashville.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Mike Patton.
Big shout out to the HBCUs being a former HBCU student.
Any thoughts on September 11th, 20th anniversary? A whole lot of different memorials and ceremonies and people remembering what happened on that fateful day.
We actually have a survivor here on HAPS. He spoke on my broadcast one day. He was in the towers. Talked to him about 45 minutes to an hour. That was a deep day for me as a native New Yorker who was sitting there watching the Twin Towers fall. I'll tell everybody, all of us who are native New Yorkers, when we come back, we drive back into town, we look for the Twin Towers, the Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty. One of our monuments are gone. We'll go through the conspiracy theories and all that one other day, which we did do Sunday. But 9/11 did affect me, one, because it showed the vulnerability in our national defense. Two, it took out my hometown. So I was a little biased. I was a little overreactionary with it. But it did hit me. The memorials, the respect, the acknowledgments to everybody we lost will never be forgotten, and cannot be undervalued. Like I said, conspiracy theory or not, we did lose people that day due to something on whatever standards you want to put it on, but we lost people. Plain and simple. Much respect and acknowledgments to everybody we lost, everybody who's willing to step up. I can't lie, that's the day I wanted to go back to New York and help.
Right.
I wanted to, because you could see when that first tower got hit, you could see a lot of the boats in the Hudson headed over there. You could see it. That was a day New York came together. And I hate that I wasn't there for it, because I always feel
So
a regeneration when I come back up there. That's why I enjoyed myself so much when I was up there 2 weeks ago. I was looking for everybody I knew. I wanted to go everywhere and do everything. I did. I miss it up there. I do miss it. My mother moved me out of there at 83. So it would have been almost 40 years since I left.
Wow.
And I come back as much as possible. I only look for pizza, pretzels, White Castle, Nathan's, Chinese food, Jamaica Ave, Ices, Arthur Treacher's. I can't go to Beefsteak Charlie's no more because it ain't there. I got told, broke my heart. That was on my bucket list. You try to go to New York, I want to smell the subway. I want to go to the Jamaica terminal and go buy some candy at the damn newsstands and smell the congestion between the bus fumes and the train fumes. All that mess.
The Coliseum.
Coliseum. I don't need the jewelry, but I need to go to DJ's to go get my clothes.
Right.
Walk up and down the street. Yes, sir.
So I'll tell you a bridge story. The bridge story is native New Yorker.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Florida at the time because I was working on post Y2K stuff.
Yes.
And I was working on, this goes way back, a Windows 2000 project. So I'm down in Tampa, Florida, in a resource center. And it was kind of like, it was early in the morning and the internet slowed up to a screeching halt. And the abridged version was they started wheeling in the TVs, the TV screens.
Mm-hmm.
And we were watching it on TV as it was happening. And I'm standing like, oh my goodness. And it was like the amount of emotion.
That ain't what you said. You said, oh my goodness. You said the other word. Let's be clear. Everybody got to pass that day.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody got to pass that day.
Yeah, I was Frida, I was in Tampa. I was in Tampa Nac, right off of MLK Jr. Boulevard, right across from where the Buccaneers play, Raymond James Stadium. I was on the maybe 10th floor, and we were watching all of it on TV, and I was like, "Get the you know what out of here,
dude!" That morning, I did my story already. Though. Go ahead.
No. That, like I said, that was the abridged version. I don't know. I did a pod like a couple of years ago, and maybe more than a couple of years ago, maybe like 5 years ago. I was just rehashing like where I was. Hey, I do want to mention this. I want to thank everyone that does get the opportunity to download the podcast or watch the stream on Haps or on YouTube, or they watch the restream on Twitter. So definitely do appreciate that. Tony D.
Yes, sir.
One thing to say to you. Gavin Newsom stays. California governor survives the recall election that posed the biggest threat yet to his leadership. The Californians decided to vote no. So no Larry Elder, Big shout out to Information Man. Thank you for airing out Larry Elder.
I see he's on now
Um,
too. Information Man's on right now.
oh, he is. He's
Yes,
on Haps or he's
he's
on.
on Haps.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that. Oh yeah, because he's out west. He's out in the West Coast.
He's in Cali.
Yeah, he's out there, and I guess I sent Information Man a DM. I think either DM and Twitter or a text message on the phone. Never got back to me.
You
So
got to catch him. You got to catch him. That ain't personal.
yeah, I know.
You
I
got to catch him.
know.
You got to catch him.
What else is going on?
I think I've
Well,
been
we got
debunked. I think I've
we
been
got we
debunked.
got we got Rochelle talking about premature labor with
Yeah.
Frida. We got Tony reliving his glory days. My
Yo, man, I
family in
start
Crown
talking about New
Heights.
York,
All
I go
right.
back. Yeah, I start talking about New York. My mind goes back. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
So
front.
I, for the most part, yeah, we don't want to talk about the NFL and online betting.
I saw when you talked about that. We can. I want to let everybody know who's in sports. I've been seeing this since last year. Gambling has taken over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You might want to think about that. And I will leave it at that because that's how I think. And it's working. It is
I
working.
do want to get into, for everyone that has students that are going away to college, the top must-have apps for college students. Gonna put the link
Nice.
in here
Nice.
right now. And we'll run quickly through it because I think we want to go check out Information Man. Top must-have apps for college students. Tony D, here are the 6 must-need apps to consider.
Let's
You
go.
tell me yay or nay. Money. So you're going to need Venmo. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Food or beverage. It says Zomato is a food beverage app that helps students find restaurants or bars in their areas based on the filters set on prices, ratings, and distance. Yay or nay?
Yay.
Personal safety. Sabre is a personal safety equipment provider that's created this free personal safety app.
Yay.
Sabre also has, the pepper spray, and it connects through your smartphone for a free personal safety app that sends help alerts and the user's location to an assigned emergency contact.
Yay.
Yay or nay?
Yay. Off the rip, yay. Personal safety, yay.
For homework, Scanner. It's an app used for scanning handwritten documents. Yay or nay?
Somebody was watching Power Book 2 Ghost. Y'all might want to be careful with that one. I'm going to say yay. I'm going to say yay because that's how Facebook started. That's how Power Book 2 was doing that thing. But I'm kind of with them on that. Just be careful of that plagiarism. Them teachers are up on it. And I'm telling you something I knew 30 years ago. Spoiler
Wait,
alert.
did Michael want to come up?
Yes, he did.
You have director, my friend.
I know. I was going to let you run through. I was going to wait till we finish.
Oh, okay.
Chat.
And the
last, I got it.
Last two
I was going
things.
to bring it up before we left. I got you.
Grammarly is a free spell checker app that goes beyond what a Word document spell checker would do. This app can check student papers for clarity, tone, and sentence structure. Yay or nay?
I say yay.
And for fitness, MyFitnessPal is a fitness app that tracks workouts, eating, and sleeping habits, and more.
That's on the physical fitness, folks.
Yep.
I'm on the fence with that one.
Okay.
I've done My Fitness. It's a great app. If you want to do anything to track your calories and everything, I've done it. It just puts it on your mind and it works. It has worked for me. I actually did drop 30 pounds doing it when I was doing it a few years ago when I first got married. So I don't have a problem with it. I don't.
All right. You want to let anyone up?
Yeah,
People want to
I'm
come
gonna bring
up
Mike
and
up.
talk and chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Mike up. I saw him
Bring
up
him
there
up.
earlier. I know you wanted to go through your topics, and we try to keep our
Yeah, no,
time.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Anyone else who's in the chat, if you want to come up, let us know.
I actually have to catch myself because I just noticed a shocker 5 minutes ago. I just noticed a shocker. Mike, you got a request, bro. I know it's late. No, I didn't
Hang
forget
on,
you.
I'll be right back.
You're good. I got you covered. Appreciate everybody coming through. Rochelle, I see you. And based on a lot of your stress that you just put up in here in the comments for this broadcast, I see that as a major accomplishment. So congratulations again. Honestly. Carrie, appreciate you coming through. Who else we got up in here? Dr. Gillespie in the house. We got Milton Banana. How you living, man? Appreciate you coming through. Who else we got? James was in the house. Appreciate him coming through. Let me see if James will even come up. Yeah, it's official now. Gavin Newsom stays in office. Y'all Cali folks gonna have to talk to us about that one. I'm not out there. I don't know much about it. I've seen some of it, but